Stop. If you have a Roosevelt dime from the 1980s or 2000s, you could be holding a hidden treasure worth thousands. Yes, even a single dime in your pocket could make you the luckiest person in the world. Don't scroll past this. If you have this coin, you are one of the luckiest people in the world. Yes, a simple 1985 dime, often overlooked in coin jars, drawers, or even scattered in pockets, could be worth far more than you ever imagined. On the surface, it looks ordinary, just a dime from the mid-1980s. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a piece of everyday currency that passed from hand to hand without drawing attention. But for those who understand the hidden treasures in numismatics, the 1985 dime is a rare gem, a coin whose story, design, and preservation make an exciting find for collectors worldwide. The thrill of holding this dime in your hands is like touching history itself, a connection to decades gone by, a coin that survived time while remaining nearly flawless, gleaming as if it just left the mint yesterday. The 1985 dime is part of the Roosevelt series, one of the most beloved and recognizable series in American coinage. On the obverse, the dignified profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt stares confidently, his hair, features, and expression immortalized in metal. On the reverse, the torch of liberty shines at the center, flanked by the olive branch of peace and the oak branch of strength, symbolizing ideals that have carried generations. While this design may be familiar, the 1985 dime offers more than aesthetics. For collectors, subtle details, the sharpness of the strike, preserved luster, or rare minting anomalies can instantly transform an ordinary dime into a highly sought-after treasure. If you are holding this coin, you are holding a story, a piece of craftsmanship, and a potential fortune in the palm of your hand. Millions of 1985 dimes were minted, and the majority entered circulation, showing the expected wear and tear over time. Most coins from this era are overlooked as mere change, yet a few rare specimens remain untouched, preserved in pristine condition, with their brilliance intact. These coins are extraordinarily rare. If you happen to have one of these perfect examples, you are holding something almost mythical in the numismatic world, a coin that could spark excitement, admiration, and even envy among collectors everywhere. Imagine finding this coin in a jar change, completely unaware of the treasure you were holding until you examine it closely under light. Collectors know that value is rarely obvious at first glance. It is in the details, the nuances that reveal the coin story. The sharpness of Roosevelt's profile, the clarity of the torch and branches, and the preservation of original mint luster are all indicators of potential rarity and value. The 1985 dime challenges collectors to look closer, to notice the extraordinary within the ordinary. If you hold this coin, your luck is historic, because finding a high-grade, pristine example from 1985 is a rare opportunity that few people ever experience. The historical context adds to the coin's allure. The year 1985 marked a period of transformation in the United States, a time of cultural, social, and economic change. Everyday items like coins silently witness these shifts, passing through millions of hands, yet surviving the decades. The 1985 dime that has remained untouched is a direct link to that era. It is a tangible piece of history, a survivor from a time gone by, and holding it connects you to a story larger than just currency. If you have this coin, you are not only lucky, you are a custodian of history, preserving a piece of the past for the future. What excites collectors most is the potential value of these pristine 1985 dimes. While most circulated examples are worth only their face value, uncirculated or gem-quality specimens can command significant attention in auctions and private sales. Imagine holding a coin that most people disregard, yet in perfect condition. It could be valued at thousands of dollars. The thrill of discovery is unmatched. If you have this coin, you are holding more than metal. You are holding a chance at extraordinary fortune, a secret hidden in plain sight. Collectors will tell you that coins are more than money. They are experiences. They are memories frozen in metal, connections to the past, and symbols of patience, discovery, and passion. The 1985 dime embodies all of these qualities. Every line, every detail, every shimmer of original luster reminds you that true treasure is often hidden in the smallest forms. If you hold this coin, you are part of a rare group of people who understand its value, both historical and financial, and who appreciate the story it carries. The journey of the 1985 P dime does not end with discovery. Authentication and grading are crucial. Experts meticulously examine every aspect of the coin, from the sharpness of the strike to preservation of details, ensuring that it is indeed a rare, high-grade example. Passing these tests elevates the coin from ordinary to extraordinary. If your 1985 P dime is authentic and well-preserved, it becomes a piece that could command attention in the collector community, drawing excitement, admiration, and even high bids from passionate enthusiasts around the world. Every coin tells a story, and the 1985 P dime is no exception. From the moment it was minted in Philadelphia to the countless hands it passed through, it has silently witnessed history, endured time, and now rests in your possession, pristine and full potential. Each gleam, each detail, each line tells a tale, and for those who recognize it, that tale is priceless. If you are holding this coin, you are not just lucky, you are part of an exclusive story, one that few people ever get the chance to experience. So, as we reach the end of this incredible journey, remember this. If you have this coin, you are extraordinarily lucky. The 1985 P dime is more than currency. It is history, it is artistry, it is rare fortune, and it is proof that sometimes the most remarkable treasures hide in the most unassuming places. Check your drawers, your coin jars, and even the coins in your pocket. Because hidden among the ordinary, the extraordinary sometimes waits for the right person to recognize it. And for those lucky enough to hold this 1985 P dime, that person is you. A keeper of history, a collector of rare fortune, and truly one of the luckiest people in the world. So, as we wrap up this incredible journey, remember this. If you have this 1985 P dime, you are truly one of the luckiest people in the world. What looks like an ordinary coin in your pocket could actually be a hidden treasure, a piece of history, and a potential fortune waiting to be recognized. Every line, every detail, every shimmer of an original luster tells a story that spans decades, from the Philadelphia Mint to your hands, surviving time in near-perfect condition. Imagine the thrill of showing this coin to a collector or an expert, seeing their eyes light up in amazement, knowing that you are holding something rare and extraordinary. This is not just a dime. It is history, artistry, and luck all wrapped into one small coin. If you are holding it, you're not just fortunate. You are among the rare few who understand its true value. If you have this coin, you are one of the luckiest people in the world. Yes, a simple 2003 P dime, often overlooked in pockets, drawers, or jars of loose change, could be worth far more than you ever imagined. On the surface, it seems ordinary, unassuming, just a dime from the early 2000s, minted in Philadelphia and passed from hand to hand like countless others. But for those who know the secrets of numismatics, the 2003 P dime holds a story, a rare combination of history, design, and condition that makes it a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. The thrill of holding this coin is like touching a small fragment of history, something tangible, something that has survived decades while remaining practically untouched, gleaming as if it was just struck from the Philadelphia Mint yesterday. This dime is part of the Roosevelt series, a series that has captivated collectors for decades. The obverse features a familiar profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, etched with care, his expression calm but dignified, reflecting the resilience and leadership of a man who guided a nation through times of trial. On the reverse, the torch of liberty stands at the center, flanked by the olive branch of peace and the oak branch of strength. These symbols have become iconic, instantly recognizable to collectors and casual observers alike. Yet, the beauty of this coin goes beyond its design. For the discerning collector, subtle details, minute variations in strike, tiny anomalies, or the preservation of luster, can transform an ordinary dime into a piece of extraordinary value. If you hold this coin, you are holding not just metal, but decades of careful minting, a piece of artistry, and a potential fortune in the palm of your hand. The 2003 P dime may seem common at first glance. Millions were minted that year, and most have circulated freely, showing the scratches, discoloration, and where that time inevitably leaves behind. But among these millions, a rare few remain pristine. Coins that never touched a pocket, that never passed through countless hands, and that still retain their original brilliance are exceedingly rare. If you are lucky enough to have one of these untouched gems, you possess something that very few people will ever see, something that could spark excitement, envy, and awe among collectors worldwide. Imagine finding this coin in a roll of dimes, or tucked away in a drawer for decades, completely unaware of the incredible treasure that you held. Collectors understand that value is not always obvious. It is in the small details, the sharpness of strike, the preservation of the surfaces, the way light dances off the metal in a way that tells a story of careful minting and lucky survival. The 2003 P-Dime is no exception. It is a coin that challenges collectors to look closer, to examine, to appreciate, and to understand. If you have this coin, your luck is not just good, it is historic. You are holding a coin that could, in the right hands, command attention, admiration, and even extraordinary sums of money. History also plays a role in the allure of this dime. The early 2000s were a unique period in American history, a time of technological advancement, social change, and economic development. Everyday objects like coins quietly witness these shifts, passing through millions of hands, yet remaining silent observers of history. The 2003 P-Dime, preserved perfectly, is a direct link to that era. It has survived circulation, it has survived time, and it now sits in your hands as a testament to endurance and opportunity. If you hold this coin, you are not merely lucky. You are a steward of a small but remarkable piece of history. What makes this coin especially exciting for collectors is the potential for high-grade examples to reach incredible value. While most 2003 P-Dimes are worth just face value in change, those that have been preserved in pristine condition, graded as gem mint state, can command thousands of dollars in auctions or private sales. Imagine holding a coin so seemingly ordinary, yet with the power to surprise, delight, and reward in ways that few other coins can. If you have this coin, the thrill is palpable. The knowledge that something you might have taken for granted could, in the right circumstance, change your life. Collectors will tell you that coins like this are more than currency. They are experiences. They are the thrill of discovery, the satisfaction of patience, the joy of connecting with history. The 2003 P-Dime embodies all of this. Each line, each curve, each glimmer of original mint luster is a reminder that true treasure is often hidden in plain sight. If you hold this coin, you are part of an exclusive group, a rare community of collectors who understand that value is not always obvious, that fortune sometimes comes in the form of a small, unassuming dime. The journey of this dime does not end with discovery. Authentication and grading are key for collectors who wish to maximize the coin's potential. Experts meticulously examine each coin, checking for authenticity, striking quality, and preservation of original details. They look at minute features that the casual eye would miss. The sharpness of Roosevelt's profile, the clarity of the torch and branches, and even microscopic details on the coin's edge. If your 2003 P-Dime passes these tests, it is more than lucky, it is extraordinary. It is a piece that could command attention at auctions, drawing collectors who appreciate not just its rarity, but its story, its journey, and its perfect survival. Every coin tells a story, and the 2003 P-Dime is no exception. From its creation in the Philadelphia Mint to its quiet journey through wallets, pockets, and coin jars, it carries with it decades of history. Its design captures an era, its condition demonstrates remarkable luck, and its potential value sparks excitement. If you hold this coin, you are holding a narrative that few others can claim. It is a story of chance, of patience, of discovery, and ultimately, of extraordinary reward. So, as we reach the end of the story, remember this. If you have this coin, you are not just fortunate. You are remarkably, almost unbelievably lucky. The 2003 P-Dime is more than metal. It is history. It is artistry. It is potential wealth. And it is a reminder that treasure sometimes hides in the smallest, most unassuming forms. Next time you find a dime, look closely, for you may be holding more than change. You may be holding your own piece of luck, history, and fortune in the palm of your hand at SO. As we bring this incredible journey to a close, remember this. If you have this 2003 P-Dime, you are truly among the luckiest people in the world. What seems like an ordinary coin in your pocket could actually be a hidden treasure, a piece of history, and a potential fortune waiting to be recognized. Every detail, every glimmer, every line on this coin tells a story that spans decades, from the Philadelphia Mint to your hands, surviving the passage of time in pristine condition. Imagine the thrill of showing this coin to a collector, an expert, or even just a friend who appreciates history. The amazement, the curiosity, the instant respect for a coin that holds so much more than its face value. This small dime carries with it the power to surprise, to delight, and even to change perspectives on what is truly valuable. If you are holding this coin, don't overlook it, preserve it, appreciate it, and let it remind you that sometimes the greatest treasures come in the smallest packages. The 2003 P-Dime isn't just currency. It's a story, a piece of history, a symbol of luck, and a potential key to an extraordinary opportunity. If you have this coin, you are truly the luckiest person in the world. Imagine holding in your hands a piece of history so rare, so overlooked for decades, that most people pass by it without a second glance. Yet, for the astute collector, for the one who notices the details that others miss, this 1988 P-Dime is nothing short of a treasure. Not just a coin, but a story, a journey frozen in silver and nickel, carried with the echoes of an era and the promise of immense value. From the moment it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1988, this small piece of currency began its silent adventure, changing hands, enduring time, and now, decades later, emerging as one of the most sought-after coins for collectors around the globe. Every coin has a story, and the 1988 P-Dime is no exception. The design, simple yet iconic, captures the essence of the Roosevelt Dime series, which first appeared in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The obverse of this coin features Roosevelt's profile, dignified and steadfast, a reminder of leadership during times of challenge. On the reverse, the torch, olive branch, and oak branch symbolize liberty, peace, and strength. But what makes the 1988 P so special isn't just its familiar design. It's the subtle variations, the minting anomalies, and the rarity of pristine examples that elevate it from ordinary change to a collector's dream. If you hold this coin, you are not just holding money. You are holding decades of history, craftsmanship, and meticulous minting that few can truly appreciate. The 1988 P-Dime had a mintage in the hundreds of millions, yet examples that are untouched, flawless, and in gem condition are rare. Most circulated coins show signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, but the exceptional specimens, those that gleam as if freshly minted, are the ones that can command astonishing attention in the collector community. Imagine the thrill of discovering one in a forgotten drawer, a pocket change from decades ago that could instantly make you a standout figure in the numismatic world. Collectors around the world know that coins like this do not reveal their value immediately. It takes patience. It takes an eye for detail, and it takes understanding the subtle markers of authenticity and condition. From the fine lines in Roosevelt's hair to the crisp edges of the torch and branches, every detail can drastically impact the coin's worth. If you have this coin, the excitement is electric because you're holding more than metal. You are holding potential that in the right market could transform your perspective on what a single dime is truly worth. The journey of the 1988 P-Dime is also a journey through the history of the Philadelphia Mint itself. This mint, one of the oldest in the United States, has produced countless coins, yet only a few reach that near-perfect condition that collectors crave. In 1988, the minting process had perfected precision, yet even then human oversight and environmental factors could introduce minute differences between coins. These differences, sometimes just a slight doubling of the design, an unusual strike, or a faint anomaly, are the hallmarks that elevate an ordinary coin to a prize. If you discover such a coin in your possession, you are not merely lucky. You are witnessing a rare moment in numismatic history. Imagine walking into a collector's convention, this 1988, P-Dime glinting under the lights, the anticipation buzzing in the air. Conversations halt, eyes widen, and whispers of "that's a gem" ripple across the room. For those who have spent years searching through countless rolls of change, encountering a coin in this condition is a culmination of relentless pursuit and deep passion. And for you, the holder of this dime, it is proof that fortune smiles unexpectedly, often in the smallest, most unassuming forms. The allure of this coin goes beyond just its appearance. It represents a tangible connection to the late 20th century, a period of profound social and economic change. In 1988, the world was on the cusp of a new era, and everyday items like coins were witnesses to history. Each one passed through countless hands, from children saving allowances to adults paying for groceries. Yet only a select few remain untouched, preserved against time. If you hold this coin today, you are part of that exclusive story, part of a narrative where patience and attention to detail are rewarded beyond imagination. Collectors will tell you that coins like this are not just investments. They are experiences. They are memories frozen in metal, sparks of joy that ignite curiosity, pride, and wonder. The 1988 Dime, in particular, challenges the ordinary. It asks the question, do you recognize the extraordinary when it passes right through your fingers? For the lucky few who do, the reward is monumental. You are not just holding coin. You are holding a key, a ticket to a world where history and fortune converge. Now, let's talk about value. If you have this coin, the reality is astonishing. While a common 1988 Dime might circulate quietly in your pocket for mere cents, a flawless, high-grade example can fetch a staggering sum. Expert collectors and auctioneers have noted that these coins, when preserved perfectly, have been known to reach values up to $60,000. That's right. One single dime, minted decades ago, can rival investments worth far more, all because it has survived the passage of time in near-perfect condition. If you have this coin, your luck isn't just good, it's historic. The story doesn't end there. Each 1988 Dime is also a challenge for collectors to verify, grade, and authenticate. Expert numismatists examine every minute detail, from the strike quality to the metal composition, ensuring that the coin is indeed what it claims to be. In a world where counterfeits exist, the ability to identify a genuine high-grade 1988 Dime is both an art and a science. If you have this coin, you are in possession of a piece that has passed this ultimate test, an object whose authenticity is as impressive as its beauty and rarity. Throughout the years, countless coins have come and gone, yet the 1988 Dime stands out. Its rarity, its impeccable design, and the stories it carries make it one of the most exciting coins for collectors. If you hold this coin in your hand, it is impossible not to feel the connection to history, to the minting process, and to the countless unknown hands that have once held it. Each mark, each gleam, each imperfection tells a tale, and for the astute collector, that tale is priceless. And so, as we reach the end of the story, one thing becomes clear. If you have this coin, you are not just fortunate. You are extraordinarily, almost unimaginably lucky. The 1988 Dime is more than currency. It is a symbol of history, a beacon of collector passion, and a potential fortune waiting to be recognized. The next time you stumble across a dime in your pocket, spare a thought, because hidden among the ordinary, the extraordinary sometimes hides in plain sight, waiting for the right person to appreciate it. And for those who have the 1988 Dime, that person is you.